Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be updating my Louis Vuitton agenda or medium ring agenda. I have a haul from my paper co that we'll be opening up first for this setup, and I'm very excited for this. I just can't wait. If you have missed a few videos, or if you are new to my channel, I'm using FC Compact in my Louis Vuitton medium ring agenda, and so this is going to be a full FC Compact setup, and I'm very excited for it because I'm just loving the size. So let's go ahead and open up this box. Right, so this is from her birthday / I think anniversary sale, and it came in actually like a week ago, but if you've been following me, you know that I've been gone. So this is a nice thing to come back home to from my trip. Let's go ahead and open up our freebies. So with every purchase for the sale, I believe you got this flourish card, and then you get a little sampler of foiled stickers. There is a quote card, which I actually really like this. So it's like a clear card, and then I want to find a way to incorporate this in the setup. And then we have the growth mindset freebie. This is an A6 size, so like I already have this one for my last order, and I hole punched it in. Really like having it in my agenda as a dashboard. And then this is just my order summary, which I will reference. So those are the freebies, and then here are all of the inserts. So I'm just gonna go insert by insert, and then we'll do the setup. So first up, I got the month on one page inserts. These are dated, and they are separable months, so I'll show y'all what that means when I open them. But I wanted to have a monthly overview in this agenda. So my goal with this agenda right now, it's my daily planner, and I want to go back to somewhat using it as like an everyday planner / tactical planner. And I'll show y'all what I mean with the inserts that we have here. So we have these, and then I got the 2025 weekly planner insert dated week on 2-page vertical hourly. I wanted to try hourly in the size, and I really liked my paper co's setup / style. I've used her hourly in my A5 before, and so I figured with FC Compact I'll try this. So I got these, and then here's what like a preview on the back. And I also just love like the monthly summary that you get for each month, so I can keep it dated, and that there isn't a tracker, so I didn't want to have a tracker in here. Oh, I guess also here's what the months look like on this. All right, so those are those two, and then I just want to keep like general things that I like are my go-to inserts, and so I got their reading logs because I thought this was just really cute. And I have I think the wish list, or I had the wish list in my personal like everyday planner from Infinite Lotus, and I think in this setup I just want to use this to kind of write out what I'm actually reading, and then the other one will be my TBR list, and that way it's more of a reference, and this is more active reading. So we have that, and then it's front and back with that same design. And then I wanted to just have a project section. I'm just adding a project section pretty much to every agenda, because when I'm planning things out, these are usually the type of inserts that I need. And then I don't know if y'all have noticed with the other setups, but I've been trying to switch it up with like the different styles, just in case I want to use something for use these for something different. So, like I went from Infinite Lotus. I'm using for my A5. I have the cloth and paper ones for my A6, and then I'm going to be using these my paper co from my FC Compact MM. So we have the project planner inserts, so you get your title, objectives, started, due date, completed, milestones, which I really like, ideas, and then on the back you have action steps, due date, and when it's done, and then notes. So I like that these are like somewhat different than the other ones that I've been using. And then another item that I wanted to get to pair with these is this project list. And so you have a check mark for when it's done, and then you can put your start and due date, a description, and a priority. And so this is kind of going to be like my little project inbox, if you will. And then I can, you know, with the priority, highlight what's high, medium, low, or I might just do one for high, one for medium, one for low. We'll see. But I like having the description, and then all of these, and then I'll have whatever's on this list. We'll have like a corresponding list, so or project insert. So we have those, and then I got the let me get the exact name. but the top tab divider. Okay, yeah, so top tab dividers, premium frost plastic FC compact, top 3. So I love her dashboard so much. They're a nice frosted design. I have the top tabs for my A6 and they're great. I think I've also had like finance insert or finance tabs from her in the past, but with FC compact, it goes to the edge of your agenda, so you can't do side tabs without them sticking out, which is fine for me to just use side tabs, or top tabs or bottom tabs, because you can just flip these over and use bottom tabs, like make them bottom tabs. But that's something to call out, is that if you want to try and switch to FC compact, just know, like, see, it goes like all the way to the edge. It doesn't stick out, which is perfect, but you can't really like use the side tabs, or they will stick out unless you're okay with that. But that is the order. And so now let's go ahead and refresh the setup. So I do have another order coming in from Infinite Lotus. And oh, let me start with, the only thing that's in here right now are these daily inserts from Infinite Lotus, and I just have the full year in here, and then note inserts. So honestly, nothing really, but we're gonna keep these 2 in here. So what we'll do is we're gonna take everything out except this page lifter, and we're gonna keep it there. And this is for the personal size. I just keep it here because it really doesn't make a difference, like whether it goes out all the way or not, and I just really like it. We're gonna open these up, and then I have somewhat of an idea of how I wanna set this up, but we'll see as I put everything in. So I'm gonna open everything up and start throwing them on the rings, and then we'll move things around if needed. Okay, so I put in the other inserts, and like I said, we'll do a flip. I wanted to do the weekly agenda and film it with you guys. So as of right now, for a quick flip, I have this Infinite Lotus quote dashboard, and then I made this dashboard. I have another one coming in from Infinite Lotus. My printer kind of messed up, but it kind of gives it like a vintage look, but it's just an F1 shot at the Australian Grand Prix for F1. It's a McLaren. And then I just love that it has like the Louis Vuitton sponsorship in it, because I think it ties up with the Louis Vuitton agenda, but I like having this paired together. And that's like the first dashboard I've ever made. I actually cut it myself, so I was very proud of myself. But this first tab is the monthly overview. So here are the monthly inserts. And I'm gonna do a separate plan with me where I set these up. And what I like about these is that I have a note section here. So what I really like is that you have just blank space, but still structure. So you have some lines, grids for anything you want to note. And then I really like this next month section, and that it leads into the following month. I wanted to get the separable ones, so that way if I wanted to mix and match different inserts or put things in between like notes or anything, it wasn't all on like one sheet, like January being on one side and February being on the other. I have a like simple overview in my A6 where it's like that. And then I have another month on 2-page in my A6 as well that's like that. So this is somewhat different, and this is gonna be more of like, I think this is where my initial plans are gonna go, but we'll figure that part out later. So we have that. This is where the weeklies are gonna go. Again, we're gonna open those together. And then I have my dailies. So this is what was already in here. So these are just daily inserts from Infinite Lotus. Again, I'll have everything linked below that I can link, as well as discount codes. And right now, for daily, I only need the current month. So I just had all the other inserts for the half year just because I had the space. So now I can just put in 1 month at a time. So this is just the current month. And like, it takes a good chunk. So I wanna make sure I have enough space for everything that I wanna put in. And then that is the first set of top tabs. And then we go into the second set, which are all of the more like functional tactical planning. So we have the project planner inserts. So the ones we just showed. So I put 4 in here, and then I put 2 of the project lists back here. What I think I might do is active projects will go up front, and then projects, this will just be like the ongoing list. And then what I think I'll do is just keep it so that, like, again, active, but as ideas pop up, this will just be everything. And I'll keep it just here for more of like a reference. And that way, as I like start, you know, once one's done and one's checked off, I can start the new one and put it up here, and then just use this later on. Second tab is the reading log. So I just put 4 in here because I read pretty frequently. I've been like out of it for a little bit, but hopefully this will help. And then I just really like these. I also like how like this looks together with the lists being back to back since they're pretty similar. And then I just have the note inserts back here. So very simple. And I'm not trying to put too much in here. And so now let's open this up, and then I wanted to show y'all the weekly agenda inserts. So these are the vertical hourly edition. These are Monday starts with separable months. Again, just in case I want to like mix and match, I usually prefer to have separable months. And so you get this cover, which is actually really cute. We'll probably keep the cover. And then we don't have January, which is fine. Like I knew that going into it, in February, and I guess March. So let me take all these out. So here's April. So here's the month we're currently in. These were discounted. And then again, I got it through the sale, so everything was fine. So you get this overview sheet. So you have your focus of the month, your master to-do list, important dates, and notes. And then you go into your hours. And so normally I'm a half-hour person. I'm gonna be using this for time blocking and for reference. So the single hours were fine. I like that I went from 7 to 8, and the space actually looks pretty nice. So I don't think it'll be too constricting for me, but we will see. And then I like that you have like a little to-do list and then a note section. And then what I really like is that Saturday and Sunday don't have times on it. Some of the ones that I've had from like Infinite Lotus and some of the ones I've seen from Cloth and Paper had them. And then I don't really, like if there's something time sensitive on the weekend, it's usually like 1 or 2 things. I don't need like the full hours like I do here. And so if I'm doing something at 10, I would just write that. And that's probably the only thing I'm doing at like 10 on the weekend, for example. I don't need to like have a breakdown or like try and like cover up the time because that's, you know, not what's going on at the right time. Because I think like the Infinite Lotus ones that I had in my A6 only went up to like noon. And like if I'm doing something on the weekend, it's gonna be past noon. So I like that I can just like write out whatever's going on. And then I love this little section up here that just like write out what's going on through the day. So what I'm thinking about doing is, let's just do until the mid-year. So that would be April, May, and June. So we'll do 3 months. Oops, I included July in that. And then the mid-year refresh, we'll probably do another 3 months, or we might do 6, because these, it's honestly not a lot since it's a week on 2 pages. So let's put this in. I don't know if I want to use this. I kind of want to use it somewhere. Might use it here and cover up the project planner. Yeah, I actually kind of like that. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so now when we flip, actually let's just move this out from the tab. Okay, so now when we flip, we have the monthly, new weeklies, daily, projects, reading, and then notes. And then that is the new setup. So that is going to be it for this video. I'm so excited for this planner. I'm still figuring out how I want to define this, like, and like, I'm trying to find the right words. I haven't done content in like 2 weeks since I was traveling. But like how I'm gonna incorporate this into my system, because as y'all know, I have an A6. I actually am going to be resetting out my GM for work. I have some exciting news hopefully coming, and I have 2 orders from Infinite Lotus with some FC compact stuff in here, but that'll be minor changes, and then a Cloth and Paper order for my 8.5. So a lot of changes coming, and I'll do an updated planner system video. As y'all know, I always have end of month flips, and so I'll do the end of month flips, and during the ones for this month I'll also talk about how I'm using each within the system and do an updated planner system video, since I'm switching things up just slightly. So yeah, other than that, that is going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know, and thank you guys so much for watching.